I don't know if I can say this on TikTok, but he's basically fisting my ass.
Seen the size of the guy's hands, mate? No chance. No chance.
They actually say Shama. Shama.
Fighting out of the G4 Studios, Scotland. Paul Bearchew Craig. Chris, the bad guy, Bungard. Ross Cooper. Presenting from the streets or in the shade, it's time for Leather Podcast.
Hi, starting from now.
So,
We Lieutenant Dan there.
No, I'm just meaning like Evan that we just spoke about can't be a fucking surface. That's what I'm trying to say. Starting from now.
right, what's been happening, Paul? Obviously, you're Zoom calling in, so I'll just let you lead off, eh?
So I
dive
missed
straight into it.
I missed last week because I went on holiday with the family. We'd spoke about it, but the time difference was a bit messed up. It was like 8 hours in Vegas when I went there with the family, took the kids, seen some stuff. The oldest one takes me to this place. It's called Omega Mart. I don't know if you've seen it on Instagram or like TikTok. It's this supermarket where you go in. It's in a place called Area 15. You go into it. It's like a post-apocalyptic supermarket. Some weird stuff goes on. You go through secret doors and it turns into this wild, like, mission kind of thing. It was fucking shit.
Where's this, Vegas?
I was high as fuck when I went to it anyway. So I just took a couple of wee rips went in, but it was still shit. There was a point where I was climbing a set of stairs and I thought I was going to have a heart attack. The stairs were fucking massive. So finished there. Done some other cool stuff, like took the kids to see some of the like Fremont Street. Took them down to the haunt, you know what I'm saying, Chris? Got a picture outside the lucky cat. Like, get a picture outside this, which was kind of cool. And then we went through there to Cali, LA, and did like 2 days in Disney and 1 day in Universal. After that, headed to Hawaii, which was incredible. But I'll tell you about my Disney trip. One of my favourite rides in Disney is It's a Small World. Love it. Never a queue. You just jump on the wee boat. The wee song sings itself away. It's a small world. Yep. Now I will tag some pictures into this. Now I've got a new bugbear with queue jumping in.
Oh, fuck, here we go.
Disney. No longer my issue. My issue is the fat fucks.
Well, that's a disability.
Right, so in Paris, in Paris, they're obviously fat people there. But in the US, it's obviously fucking rife with fat fucks. Right, and they run about in these wee rascals. Have you seen them, like the wee scooters?
Aye.
You just think they're entitled to everything. Those fat fucks taking up more space than the average man, and then they jump about in these wee rascals, and you've got to move out the road for them. So I ended up with this family on my boat. So I had to sit at the back. So the family end up, they queue jump, park all the rascals up. They have to stop the whole ride. It's like a little log flume, right? They stop the whole ride. I'm talking like there's fucking hosts of cars all backed the way up for these fat fucks to get on the boat. Right, and I'm not kidding you on. Have you seen the Family Guy episode with the wee boy Diabito?
Right.
No Diabito, like a wee fat Mexican boy. That's what it was. It was a family of fat fucking Mexicans, so I jumped into my boat. I shit you not. was a point where the boat was a wee bit one-sided. I am not shitting you. And this big lass, it was like the size of a minivan, slid over and fucking centred the whole boat. I shit you not. I've got a video. I took videos. I feel like a piece of shit taking videos. I took a video because nobody would believe me how fat these fucks were.
Did you say to them? Did you look at them? Were you just looking at disgust or what? Did you?
I was, and I made some comments.
Any rude comments?
I was like, "Fucking hurry up and get in the boat." And I was annoyed because then after it, obviously I was annoyed, but like after it, the same issue. They wouldn't let me out of the boat. I can get out of the boat. I'm able-bodied.
Able-bodied.
They drag these fat fucking. Honestly, they are so fucking fat. It destroyed my day.
You know what I hate when their wains are fat and all. As if they've.
No, mate, it was a family of fatties. They all had rascals apart from one. I shit you not, mate. It's like they were like balls. They were like balls of blubber just sitting in my boat.
I do it all the time at work. So like you see like a young guy comes up, he's maybe only 21, and I'll just go, all right buddy, what's happening? Some belly on you for a young guy, like, because I just think, how the fuck have you done that? How are you only that age and you're that fucking big on it? Like the effort you've got to put into being that fat, it's a lot of work.
Right.
I hate the fact.
I get it in America. America has all like the high GOMs, whatever the fuck it is. There's loads of sugar in foods, high very carbohydrates, all the portion sizes are through the roof. Like we'd ordered a meal in like I think it was a Cheesecake Factory or somewhere like that, and we had got like a meal to share, like from like me and my partner. And the woman's like, "Are you not getting anything, sir?" I'm like, "This is fucking massive. The plate sizes, the portion sizes are through the roof. Why do I need a plate?" And we ended up leaving food, and people are like, "Do you want a box?" Like, no. Like, why the fuck do you give so much food and they just lace it with like chips and sauces? And I'm like, fucking no wonder. No wonder Americans full of fat fucks.
I hate, like, the fatties that annoy me are the ones on the plane, man. Like, they're like overflowing out of like the handrest and all that, and then they're touching you with their fat calves, and you're just like, you should buy 2 seats.
Aye.
Like,
because you did it to yourself.
Aye, then maybe they're crammed in the middle and they're touching you. Like,
you didn't feel
you let yourself go that heavy. In America, there's a gym in every corner. It's hot as fuck. They should be sweating off every fucking day. But no, they're stuffing their faces full of fucking canes, dipping into all that fucking lovely fucking sauce with the chicken and all that fat fucks. Anyway,
I was
fat shame for the first 15 minutes.
Not like us.
Just Americans, though.
I know. Well, I'm not fat shaming. I'm fat shaming.
You're definitely fat shaming.
I'm fat shaming the fucking clinically obese efforts. And as you're saying, Chris, they do it to themselves. This is self-inflicted. You shouldn't be getting any sort of fucking rascal. You should be walking, you fat fuck. And that's what if you can't walk.
With that thing you're talking about, they're in the wee scooters. They're in the wee scooters. They're just lazy. They're like, oh, we'll just go about Disneyland in this wee fucking thing, indicating and just cutting in front of cunts and all that. You're just like, aye, hold on now, Doberman, and I'll get out of the way, you know what I mean?
Guys, there is nothing worse than having somebody rear-ending you in an accident. And G4 claims get your back. The last thing you want to do is be dealing with all the hassle. So why not pass that on to G4 Claims where you can hit them up on, Ross?
You can get them on WhatsApp now. 01698 767 172 if that's a bit easier for you.
Or
the website is notatfaultclaim.com.
So if you have been involved in an accident, then take away the stress. They will deal with all the hassle that you don't have to. Not only that, you'll get a courtesy car, your whole claim, and you will get 100% of your claim. So it makes sense to keep it G4 Claims. And as I said, nobody wants to get rear-ended. So make sure you hit G4 Claims up to make sure your rear end is fine.
Not by surprise anyway.
Beating at people, that does my tits in. Like, who are you? Beat with somebody fatty? Hit you over? Just hit from there and watching you try to get back up like a wee turtle.
The beeping is high rudeness.
It's got like the wee fucking neon lights under the fucking chair, like fucking Pimp My Ride, man.
You ever seen them though when they're driving them and they get their kids to stand on them? I mind going to Florida and there's
even the balance.
then there's kids like stood on the side and that, and you're just like, why would you not walk at this fucking side? I know.
So did you enjoy Disneyland anyway, like in a whole?
I did. The Gardens of the Galaxy ride's incredible. One of the best rides I've ever been on. I've been on the one in France, and it was brilliant. I enjoyed it. It's the Terra, the
Tower of Terror.
House of Terror. Tower of Terror. Brilliant.
So good,
see with the Guardians of the Galaxy setup, it's fucking incredible. Music's brilliant, visuals, everything is incredible. I laughed the whole time I was on it. I did enjoy the Universal tour as well. See, like the actual lot tour. Did you do that, Chris? When you were there?
I didn't do it, man. No, I was supposed to do Warner Bros. But they couldn't. Orla was too young for it basically, and I'd already picked the day to do Warner Bros, so I couldn't go back and do the Universal.
Aye, so good. Like that whole plot lot where you go round and see like movie sets, the film in there, it's actors. Oh, brilliant, man! And
did you see the Bates Motel bit? Did you see that bit?
I did. He comes busting out the house and all that.
That was quite cool, man.
Getting to see props, getting like just an incredible place. I don't like the rides in there, like so. See, like the Simpsons ride. I don't like the graphic ones where you sit in the ride and then it's just what happens in front of you. I don't like them.
Like
I get very travel sick on them. So
like a simulator type thing.
Aye, but see, for a guy who hates massive groups of people, just hates everything about Disneyland and Universal, it's incredible. I love it. I love getting to spend this time with my kids. I love, like, I'm so lucky to be in the position I am that I can do that with my kids. And then after we finished there, we went to Hawaii, took the oldest daughter out surfing. Absolutely brilliant at it. Like, she was so good on the water. Like, there was a point. So I was a little bit travel sickness. I don't know if I was travel sick on the boat for like the water, or I was a little bit hungover. But you have to paddle. So you paddle out towards where the waves are, and then there's like a couple of buoys where you hold on, and then you paddle up, and then you hit into the wave, and then you start surfing. You stand up. But there's a point. One of the last few runs I've done, I'm spewing, so I'm paddling into like the wave. So you've got to paddle really hard to get into the middle of the wave, and then you've got to stand up. So as I'm paddling, I'm spewing, but I drank purple Gatorade. So I'm like, like spewing on the sick around in my beard, right? I'm covered in sick. All I can smell is this fucking purple Gatorade. I'm standing up and I'm surfing, right? So I'm surfing down maybe like 100 yards. But there's spew all over my face, there's spew all over my body. And it's just not a fucking fine moment. And then you come out the way, and then I start swimming back, and my daughter goes to me, she's like, Dad, you don't look too good. And I was like, oh, I'm fine. Like, she had the idea I was sick, and she's like, you still sick? And I was like, no.
acting like I didn't.
Oh, you're back, man.
I'm just, it's the paddling part, so I'm on the middle of this, and I'm just paddling, and I'm like, just sick running down.
You're just chumming the water, purple Gatorade for all the sharks. It's got to come. Chumming it.
So, I think it was more the hang. There's loads of sharks. You can go. I wanted to go shark diving, like swimming in the what do you call it? The cage. But none of the family were into it. They were like, nah, we'll pass. Met up with like a few guys that I know out there, and had a couple of nights with them. They'd hit up me to go to Rivka, like the RC, what is it?
BGP.
RVCA, like the brand. Aye, and then they've got a shop out there and just let me fill my bag. So I've got like a bag full of Rivka gear, and I'm struggling to through customs with it all.
Why are you in Arizona? What's going on there? You finally doing that signing?
Doing that signing that I've been putting off for so long. Like, it's been so long that I have literally been meaning to go to Arizona for about a year now. I signed a contract with an organisation to go out and do some signing for them. And I've not fulfilled my end of the contract. So I was like to them, like, you've not paid me, just leave it, just cancel it. And they're like, no, it doesn't work like that in America. You've signed a contract.
So you have to do
And I was like, but you've not paid me anyway. There's like, nah, it doesn't matter. You've still signed a contract. You're liable for this. So you need to fulfill it or we take you to court. And I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? Because I never done some signing. So
It's not the end of the world.
family left last night.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
Aye, so the family, I know I've been in worse positions, like getting paid to do something which isn't fighting. So the family left to head back to the UK. They've got an 11-hour flight back to London. I came back to a hotel in LA, and then this afternoon I'm heading to Arizona to do that signing. That puts that to bed, and then after I've spent 2 days in Arizona, I'm going to go back to Vegas, and then I'm going to have to, not going to have to, but I'm getting ready for the ADCC and the Anaconda fightwear stuff, which is kind of cool. Greg's coming out, big Ross Coopster's coming out. We'll do some training, we'll have some good times, we'll shoot some guns, we'll shoot some wads. We all have a good time.
We might. I'm sure we'll have a great time.
Paul doesn't speak my behalf.
No. You just wait.
Paul does not represent us.
You wait till you get deep into Vegas.
I'm just watching all the jackets.
She fluffer. He is a wee push in the arse.
No, I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'm looking forward to it. It's things that, like we were saying at the start, things are a bit wild in the UK, so it's not a bad time to have a wee break for it now. The fucking news is pure doom and gloom.
I've been away. I know I've been away a few days. What has been going on? There's like riots and shit. People raiding Greg's. Is that what I've seen?
Everywhere. So that's like this weekend they're expecting it to be in Glasgow as well. So there's a lot of like security companies getting reached out to for guys to come and help. Nudes. Just BBC news teams looking for security, private security to escort them around because obviously kind of everyone hates them as well and is fucking chucking bricks at the reporters and fucking attacking them and threatening them with samurai swords and all sorts of mad shit going on.
And this all stems from that mass murder, yes?
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, the 3 wee lassies getting stabbed. So it's just like, it's just mega negative now, eh? Everything, I'm not turning on the news. I don't want to go on social media. I just see, everything's just horrible, man.
I think it was kind of a brewing before that as well, though.
For sure.
There was a few riots in different cities and stuff like that, but now it's just came to a new level, really.
Yeah,
and there's just fucking morons just jumping about. Being idiots, really, innit?
And it's Keir Starmer's obviously trying to get a fucking handle on it, and he can't. It's got away from them, and he's coming on the news and saying everybody's going to, like, he's going to make sure everyone who participates in this is hunted down. And then obviously it starts with it's 2-tier policing because you're only hunting down white people now because you never did this during the BLM, you never did this during the Palestine. It just throws more fuel on it and it just makes it worse and worse and worse. So it's like you can't go onto a news feed now. It's all there is. It's like there's nothing else happening, and it's not even in Scotland. It's not happening where we are. It's happening in fucking big cities in England, Sunderland, London, obviously. I don't even know if it's in London, actually, to be fair. It'll be in parts of London, no doubt.
There's protests in London, but there's no real riots. I think it'll get to Scotland eventually. It's just working its way up, really, because it's in Sunderland now, and that's like basically...
They were burning down mosques and shops and fucking wrecking whole, like, if it was like a sort of Muslim community, just wrecking the whole fucking street and setting fire to all the cars. And
wow.
It's pretty mental.
Is this like a change? Is there a change coming in the UK with regards to being a wee bit? We've been woke for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We've been
pendulum swings like, back, eh? That's what happens.
Is this what this is?
That's what I
think. Like we've played the game. We've allowed people to act the way they want to act. We've allowed people to. We're accepting. Mm-hmm. If you want to be a fucking cat, you can be a cat. We're accepting. Is this now it's swinging back, and we're going to have?
That's what I think.
People now pushing back on this.
Aye, and of course you've still got fucking BAMs. Like anytime if you watch any on TikTok or that, it is just bammy, scummy cunts looting shops. That's what they're doing. They're no protesting. They're not against any. They're like fucking let's burst into Foot Locker and steal all the shoes. It's just cunts taking advantage of the situation.
They're all trumpets, man. They're all like, they come and take all our jobs, but they've probably not got a job themselves. Know what I mean? They sneak into your countries without passports when they've probably not got a passport themselves. They've never been out their fucking street, know what I mean?
It's a weird, especially for, I see Scottish people getting behind it and I'm like, you know that it's like, I think it's under 4% of the population here aren't white. So it's just a non-issue here, eh?
I think
don't
it's
know.
easier for us as being martial artists coming from a gym when you've got so many different races and different backgrounds in our gym, people you train with for years. Like, it doesn't bother. Like, it's
Couldn't
just-
care less.
Exactly.
I couldn't care less. Do you know what I mean? It's,
I don't know, it's too much.
I was trying to make a bit of a joke about it in the gym last night with a couple of guys as well. Like, yeah, you get training for the race war, mate. Aye. It's like, I don't know. It's such a tense subject though, and I'm like, I didn't like when there's that.
But looking at your gym and the mat, like how many different nationalities are, know what I mean?
Oh,
Come from all over the world.
It's a place where it doesn't matter what colour, creed,
Exactly,
you are.
man.
Nah, nobody cares.
You're here to train.
And
Exactly.
realistically, they've
Very,
all
very
came from another country to come to Scotland, and we weren't once ever say you're not welcome in our gym or on our mats. Know what I mean? We treat them like with like one of your fucking brothers.
Aye.
So it's different. People, I think when you look, especially the people you see online, they're just absolute fucking moon units, man.
But they're living in a bubble. They aren't going anywhere
Mad
that has any
extremists.
they didn't have a mix of anybody. They didn't interact with anybody else. They live in like an echo chamber, don't they? Where the only people they talk to are the guys doing the pub who they've been friends with for 20 years, who all just repeat the same shit. Chances of them meeting new people and going like, hey, fucking is alright. Doesn't happen with them. Do you know what I mean?
Tommy Robinson lovers, which
It's-
isn't even his real name. You hear that one?
Aye.
It's like fucking Joseph fucking something.
Aye. Yaxley Lennon.
Jackson Lennon. That's it.
Do you
He's got his
remember
gimmick
we
name.
talking about the gym in Scotland that was using jiu-jitsu to like radicalise people?
Aye. The one of the guys messaged me
Active Club.
because we'd said one of the gyms we thought it was, or we said it was something in Stirling, and one of the gyms says Stirling. Oh, I heard it on a podcast. Just letting you know it's not our fucking gym and all that.
That tells me it is that gym. that is your gym. It's fucking grim here, the new me. I hate this type of shit, eh? Like it's just constant media blast of shit, life shite. Fuck off. It's no shite. Go and do good stuff you want to do. Like, you could just go to the gym, get out and about, go and walk a hill, go camping, go on a fucking trip. There's you didn't have to buy into this just constant negative pish on the news. It's horrible.
The thing I hate is when they decide to like fucking trash a city, trash a small town, a small village. It's always the local businesses that get the brunt of it, that are trying to put all their time and their hard work and their effort in. Just wee small shops and businesses. They torture them, they set them on fire, they rob them, whatever. And that's not doing anything for your town or your country or your fucking where you're from, you know what I mean?
The boy at the wee shop at Mavitt, he's funny as fuck, eh? So you go in, he'll go, hey, come and look at this. He gets his phone out. So he's always like, he gets loads of shoplifters, but he's like, I don't understand why they come and shoplift for this small shop. It costs me a lot of money. He's like, go to Asda and do it. So what he does is he shows everyone who comes in CCTV of people shoplifting, and he'll be like, do you know this person? And you'll be like, I know, that's fucking my son's pal's mum. Yeah, look at her date, and she's fucking sticking.
Fucking high contracts there.
That's what he does. He shows everything. He's like, look, she's fucking shoplifting. he's funny as fuck, that boy. Like,
Is this guy? Can we? What colour skin does this guy got?
he's a Muslim guy.
a Muslim guy?
Aye, he's a Muslim guy. Cool guy, mate. Go there, buy juice every day. He's a nice guy.
Gin and juice.
Why the big issue is not these small businesses. The issue is Ross. It's places like Asda, it's Tesco.
Aye, go
They
steal
strip
for
your
them.
fucking. They strip your local community its actual character.
I know.
Because nobody wants to go to the local fruit shop, the local butcher. It's too expensive. I tried it for like a camp. I've tried it a few times. Like, I'm going to eat sustainably local. I'm going to try and use the local shops, but it's too expensive and it's too much of a hassle to go to 4 different shops where you rock into Tesco and it's all there. Tesco's the issue. If you want to start looting, loot Tesco.
Let's go loot Tesco, mate.
But look what happened to...
I don't think you can say that now either, though. Or they actually come and fucking arrest you for inciting violence online. That's the new one they're trying to pass now. Eh?
but look what happened to Naveed when everybody started going elsewhere, know what I mean? Like...
Surprise!
end up blowing the place up, man. And knowing that way.
During a camp, it can get a bit intense and overuse occurs, especially in the shoulder joint. Constantly hitting pads offers a lot of damage with the chance of increasing injuries, dislocation. So rather than waiting until it becomes an issue, why not intervene and use a shoulder pad from Anaconda? It offers increased blood flow by using 3D compression, one of the highest grades on the market, and Anaconda use it to increase that blood flow, which will reduce the injury and reduce the pain. They also offer a gel padding in the sleeve as well. That is in case the bumps, bruises, the bangs, all the kind of stuff that goes along with that, and it will just offer that little bit more protection. I've been using this for the last 2 years during my fight camps, and it's made a huge difference, and it just takes that little bit of wear and tear off you, so why not give it a blast?
Can we talk about the real news though? The real fucking news that I wanted to know, that Poatan likes raping birds' asses. Can we talk about this, Paul? You heard about this?
Allegedly.
Is this? I've only seen it. I've only seen this girl has come out and claimed that the big man likes the downtown Leicester Brown. The issue I've got is, has that lassie looked in the mirror? And maybe that's why she getting done in the ass, because she looks like that.
Hello, little boy.
The thing I loved about it, right? She didn't go aye. The thing I wanked to it about it the most was she didn't go to the police. She didn't go to the police, right? What did she done? She done a 10-minute video on TikTok. That was the first thing she done. Well, wasn't the first thing. It was weeks later. But then she goes on to say that she actually helps him put it in her arse, right? And then cries right, basically. But the day after this so-called incident happened, she was on the beach taking pictures of her arse, like a day later, so she's obviously not that much traumatised, but she was slipping up a lot in this 12-minute video I seen. She was... One time he was speaking English, and next time it was about this translator, and then it was like, I'm not a UFC fan, but then videos have been in, she's at a lot of UFC events jumping about her tits out, and then there was like he was got to take her to like Dominican Republic or some shit like that, but she kept tripping herself up, and then she was like fake crying and all, and then she's like, I don't know if I can say this on TikTok, but he's basically fisting my ass.
Seen the size of the guy's hands, mate? No chance. No chance.
They actually say Shama. Shama.
Just sounding that psycho man, brilliant.
Oh, mate, it was just. Have you watched it? Watch the video, and then
I've not watched it. I need to intervene and say, if you have been, if this is something that's happened to you, then we are not making light of this. What we're making light of is a woman who we believe is trying to capitalise on a situation.
Because she's an OnlyFans, so it's getting her name out there, and it's getting her fucking page, and it's getting the money in it. That's what it's. That's what it is.
Somebody put up screenshots of that, and also I think some of her dates were a wee bit.
Do you never think it's just mind-boggling the amount of famous guys just out there raping birds?
She's like,
that seems to.
She's like, this man was it? I end up crawling into bed with this man. Blah blah blah.
I should my own fault.
He didn't speak English. He was just shouting. He was angry. I was scared to get this big portal.
And then when she's like, I pushed him off more than once. Like, you didn't push him off. You know what I mean?
Jamal Hill couldn't even push him off. I mean,
you weren't pushing this cunt off. Jamal Hill's a big guy. Jamal's a big guy.
I know. After he done her up the arse, he was like this.
Just left her there, busted it.
That wee fucking goo, fucking drip out, man.
So,
like guys get to a certain point in their career and they become a target.
This is great clippable content. Keep it going.
No, it's again, it's just the fucking famous guys shouldn't just be constantly at risk for meeting a bird and then having them trying to extort money off them. Which is, if you're not going to the police, all you're doing is trying to just fucking drag the guy's name through the mud and extort money from him. Go to the police then, because the thing is, if she had gone to the police, she wouldn't be able to make TikTok videos about what happened to her, because you can't talk about it until it's been a trial. And that's my problem. And what it does, especially for us all having daughters, is cases like this, they become so common that people just think all lassies make up. Mm-hmm. And imagine something was to happen to one of our daughters and somebody goes, they're just fucking making it up. And that's what I hate about it. See, working in nightclubs, I've seen this for years and years and years. Lassies who are bevied, they've got a boyfriend, they go home with a guy, they wake up the next day and go, no, I didn't want to go. And they come, they get the CCTV club footage, they're dancing all night, they're kissing, their fucking hands are out each other, they willingly go home. And I've seen it where guys have got convicted and Just done what young guys do. They just done what young guys do. Met a bird on a night out and went back with her.
So what are we thinking? Shama? No Shama?
Shama.
What were you sitting at, Paul? You're looking as if you've been enjoying a 2-week Hawaii American trip. Are you enjoying the fruits?
The ones you're looking for is fat.
No, your face kind of blows up a wee bit when you've been eating a lot.
I know I'm probably 100 kg plus, but I'm having a good time.
Are
I'm
you
still
doing
working
any
hard.
training?
Cardio.
Are you getting some like cardio in and stuff like that now?
Yep, been doing a lot of cycling, running,
Nice.
lifting weights. So I still train twice a day. Like I still train twice a day, but I still hit a certain time and I fast. So it's not like I'm not calorie watching. Like, I'm watching what I'm putting in. I'm only having like one big meal a day, and as I said, still training like an athlete. But it's hard to sometimes kind of balance it out. I'll get better training when I go to places like Vegas because I'll have access to the PI, I'll have access to actual grappling.
I was going to
And
say
when
that.
work comes out-
Did you manage to take the little one to the PI? Did you manage to get that done?
The what?
The wee lady, did you manage to take it to the PI when you saw
No,
her?
she ended up not wanting to go. I think it was just timing wise. I had to. It was like we had to do it Wednesday morning, and she's like, "Dad, can we not do it this morning? I'm not feeling great." See the traveling. See if you've never done the traveling to Vegas before, and you're a kid, it does take a bit out of you.
Right.
Like so, by the time we got there, I had been like two days in, and it just wrecks you. So she wasn't feeling that great.
Right.
So I was like, right, I don't really want to go on and do any runs anyway. So I'm like, that's right, because I would have to have done like a.
You get your worst numbers ever.
So I'm like, cool. You don't want to go? I'm not pushing you. But like, we will get to go again. See, when I bring my kids out to places like America and I show them what's out here, and I show them just there's bigger things in the world other than the UK. Like because we're very much in our own safety bubble in the UK. See, when you come to places and you're seeing like the homeless crack addicts and all that kind of stuff on the street, and they're experiencing something other than the UK. Like, it's a nice feeling. Even the negative sides of places like Vegas and LA, it's a nice feeling to give your kids these experiences. And as fathers, that's all we really want to do, innit?
Aye.
Like, I seen you were out camping with a wee man. Was that last night?
Aye, last night. So it was fucking, look, you have to be 100% ready for me finishing the gym. So like finished the session, straight in the shower, drove down, like be waiting at the door. Car was all loaded up with the stuff. I'm like, we've got a wee bit. It's only about 10 minutes away for the house where we go because Livingston's quite rural. You don't have to drive that far. Got a wee bit where we fucking set up camp, bang, we were fucking tent up. Like I say, you can just get it done.
Marshmallows out.
Marshmallows out, aye, mate,
It's
of
a must,
course.
innit? It's a must.
Aye.
But that's the thing, it's an experience. Like, how many kids had a full summer, because we're coming to the end of this school summer for kids, and haven't they done it? And
Done fuck all.
the parents haven't done it. And I'm not blaming parents and saying, it's all the parents' fault and they're not looking after the kids, but it costs nothing to take your kid to a forest and light a fire and have some marshmallows and sleep under the stars and all that kind of stuff. And I know we make it sound easy, but as dads, that's all you want to do is give your kids experiences, negative and positive ones. It's all about what you experience. Like, see, when I took Millie, had never been surfing before, had never ever experienced surfing. She's done some wake surfing, like on the simulators, all this kind of stuff. But to be out on the ocean, she was shitting herself.
And in Hawaii,
because they do
it's like a bit of a mecca for surfing,
They do a safety brief, and it's like, listen, if this happens, just be careful. Underneath there's loads of rocks, there's loads of sea urchins. You fall in there, I need you to fall like a pancake. All this, don't dive in. So there's like proper, like in a simulator, if you fall off, you're only in some water and you blow up to the back of the simulator. That's it. But out there, if you fuck up on a proper wave, then there's a good chance you're getting a mouthful of water, good chance fucking surfboard off the head, or even worse than that, maybe catching like some coral at the bottom of the water, because it's not that deep, maybe only about 5 feet where we were surfing, but it's an experience. And that that could easily be a positive or a negative experience. But as dads and parents, we need to do that. So that's all I want for my kids.
It's my son's got friends who I'll go, oh, what is it? So I'll hear them like talking at night with them on Xbox Live. So they're all gaming together at night time. And I'm like, what have they been up to today? Were they up at the football pitches with you? Were they out cycling with you? Nah. There's boys who honestly they've sat in the full summer and done nothing but play their Xbox. I'm like, that's fucking horrific. That sounds shit. And it's common as fuck. And I know what you're saying with the parents, because some of them like you've got to work, you've got to go to your work. They maybe can't get the time off. They can't. They just can't juggle it. But sometimes you just have to juggle it.
Ross, as I said, like you work like very unreasonable hours as a parent. You train very unreasonable hours because we have to train late into the night. You came up with a solution. So you're like, listen, you need to be there for when I finish the training. So I get that people have to work, but you're a prime example where you work very unsociable hours. We train very unsociable hours, right in the middle of the night or right in the middle of the evening. So I don't give them it's work, it's life. I think it's down to laziness more than anything. And I might sound like a piece of shit.
What is the saying is that if you've not got time, you make time. That's
exactly.
You make sure you make time, man.
But I think it's as well, a lot of these dads, they aren't around other good examples of dads either. Like, it's easy for me because I'm like, well, Chris or Paul would do it. Like, I don't know, it is a lot easier when you're around guys who are also hardworking parents.
Well, I went to the time capsule yesterday where they went.
Time capsule's quality.
I swear to God, I think, talking about fat people, right? They looked like I was a big fat woman just doing a shite in the water, man. That's what it looked like. She was just like just sitting like kind of squatted, but she was hit massive, right? So it's all.
Maybe she was pissed.
Everything's everywhere, but she had a frown. And I'm just like, we all like, let's just go outside here, just in case she's just doing something she shouldn't, you know what I mean? But like, I was looking at it, I was like, is she any Wayne's here? Is she just here to fucking
just sit
drop some fucking babies off at the pool? You know what I'm talking about?
I remember getting to go to the time capsule as a kid. Remember when they used to have like a T-Rex and the cavemen
looking near the water, like,
that was amazing. You don't have that anymore, do they?
No, they still have the double shooting at the Waitner's fucking lovely. She didn't want to leave, and I was like, "Well, let's go." And she was like, "Stomp her feet and all."
Oh, does she do that now?
I was like, "No, hell no."
I get used to that.
Another thing we need to say is like. We said last week that the woman was a trans boxer, when turns out she wasn't. So apologies all the trans that are shouting at us, know what I mean?
She's just extremely masculine, but has no cock and balls.
The male chromosome, is it?
She's got an XY chromosome, but was
if you've got the male chromosome, like she might not be tranny, but she's still got male parts. So she's still got the testosterone levels of a man.
Yes.
So
she shouldn't be in the Olympics then, I think it's just like, if you've got this, you shouldn't be there. Like tough shit.
Chris, you imagine training all your life to get to a point of being an Olympic boxer, and somebody takes it from you for stealing it through beating you in a cheating way. Or imagine you train hard for this fight, you're coming to a really big point in your career, and a guy who you know has been cheating beats you. Mm-hmm. Is that fair?
No,
it's bullshit. So, and it's this world where it's like we have to accept it. Right. We have to accept people and all that. Like, I don't have to accept shit. I don't have to accept people being fat. I don't have to accept people wanting to be transvestites. I don't have to accept somebody that wants to get fucked off a dog. I don't have to accept anything that I don't want to accept. It's the same as like, we don't have to do it. It's just a bullshit world that we're in, and we have to protect these people. These people need protected. Aye, they do need protected, but I don't have to accept it.
I'm sure there was a runner. There was not a runner as well recently, a Kenyan woman. She had the same type of thing.
That's a shock.
Fucking extremely. I know.
They all run for Kenya,
extremely high levels of testosterone, but was still, as a gender test, was a woman. Like, it's just, I look at it this way. My daughter loves sport. Obviously, your daughter loves sport as well, but if my daughter competed against this woman and lost, would you feel like she lost? Or would you feel like the real winner So they
No,
had
it was kind of like you when you lost that fucking egg and spoon race or whatever the fuck it was, Ross.
it was the dad race, mate.
Aye, the dad race, but the guy that beat you was like
black.
played for PSG, but you're like,
Aye.
oh, but I still won. But
Aye.
realistically, you didn't win.
If it had been an all-white dad race, I'd have won.
See, that's the same thing.
So I'm going out to Riot in Glasgow.
You know, I think see the boxing thing, the way I look at that is, like male boxers die every year.
Aye.
Like most years. It's
Every
like,
month.
Aye,
It's
so
13 a year's the
I
average.
think that's my viewpoint there. The woman was in danger.
Aye,
As
because she's
opposed to being
punching,
unfair.
she's
She actually
punching
could
fuck
die.
out lassies, like she's
You
punching
can't really hit
fuck
a
out
woman
them.
and all. You ever see how they fall?
They do fall bad, man.
They fall weirdly.
It's
Like,
bad.
they fall like they've never failed in their life.
I saw one get clipped pretty bad on Saturday night. It was bad, like. So,
See, on the same sort of element of the Olympics, did you see the marathon runner? The female, it was a female, I'm sure it was the 1500 or whatever, it was some longer event, and I'm sure she was like from New Zealand. The female was a transgender, so she was a female converting to a male and running in the female Olympics. And I guess it's like, she's a female running against other females, but she identifies as a male. What's your thoughts on that, gentlemen?
I
just
feel
silly, eh? Fuck
there
off.
should be a box before you get in the Olympics. And if you're taking it other than male or female, you shouldn't be allowed to compete. And that's it.
We just need to.
It's like,
grade-
I'm not going to get movie parts for being a black guy, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not going to fucking apply for it, you know what I mean? And it's the same with these cunts. Like, just don't put yourself out there to be fucking... Like, that last 24 hours for that chick that was like... Aye, she was a woman, but she had fucking...
Aye, but she's built like me.
Aye, it's like that full day where everybody's like, oh, she's trans and all that. She's just sitting there like, well, technically I'm not.
Aye.
But it's like, just
Show us.
Just don't go do something else. Go do something else. That's it.
I know. It's I dislike the fact that they know they've got an advantage and then they use it to just pag our lassies. Like, that is quite shite.
It's like,
eh?
I'm not going to be a basketball player. Know what I mean?
How not?
I'm too small. That's tough shit. Know what I mean? Like, go do something else.
Aye, you're
Like,
right.
fucking
There's a-
go do tranny porn or some shit like that. Like, if that's what you feel,
a lot of doing.
I'll still wank it. Know what I mean?
It's aye, like you say, we're just forced to accept these people, eh? And that's the problem. I feel bad for other athletes. Imagine dedicating 4 years for the last. You know, like I got a silver medal in last Olympics. I've fucking trained. By the way, for no money because they didn't get any money. So you've went away 4 years, dedicated your life to this to just have a fucking guy with an unbelievably unfair advantage roll up and just fucking steamroll all the
Twitter's
buttons.
the best place for that. See when all that shit goes off and you go in the comments, it's just like so much cunts with blue hair sticking up for these cunts, and you're just like,
So I had made a post the other day, and it was the Chris Benoit one. Did you see it?
I seen that.
How could I miss it?
Mate, you see the
Chris Benoit.
backlash I got for that?
Really?
It was like, I get loads of backlash because people said, I hope your son's gay. I hope you have to deal with this. Like, people are like losing their shit.
Just say,
like,
I've got a son.
Like, go. Go fuck yourself, mate. I posted it because I think it was funny. That's the reason why I posted it. Not because I hate gays or I hate anything like that. I thought it was funny, so I don't give a fuck. Now, here's my next question for these guys. We're in like a sort of time where things are going to flip and people can be male or female and they can get male and female parts made. One of your kids bring home
No.
a transgender partner. No, just bear with me. But they don't know that. And your kids will never know. Because in this world that we're in now, they don't have to say, oh, by the way, I used to be a guy. Or by the way, I used to be a woman. Your son or daughter or my daughters are going to potentially, and it could happen, bring home a partner who is not born in the same sex that they claim to be, and they don't have to tell you. Like,
That's
your son could just be pounding this fucking open envelope and no know what the fuck it is. Like, what's your thought on that?
Aye, it's bad. I think the idea that you didn't have to disclose, like, so I've seen this happen before in nightclubs where guys have thought they were young guys have thought they were getting wired into a bird all night. The lights coming on at the end, and they go, "Hang on a minute,
Bigby.
jaw's a bit square. What's happening? Why are you wearing a scarf in a nightclub?" Like, so I have seen it. But aye, it's fucking horrendous. Like, do you know what one of this? I'm going to take mega flack for this one probably, but do you know what other one I think is absolutely fucking horrendous? See lassies who go.
The wee guy that plays Juno.
See girls who'll go out with a guy who before he went out with lassies he was sleeping with guys, shagging guys. I think that's fucking horrific. Like,
say that again. Run
so
that past me.
lassies start going out with guys claiming they're bisexual, so women knowingly shagging a guy who was previously shagging guys.
That doesn't bother me.
Nah, I think it's fucking atrocious.
How?
Just because they're sticking a dick in a butt and then sticking in a vagina.
Well, I fucking point out the big 3 letters. Like,
You never go ass to mouth, bro.
mate, with a man, they all got the HIV, bro. This
episode's been a bit fucked up, innit, man?
But it's an opinion. It's no like, I'm not saying you can't go and do it. I'm saying go and do whatever you want.
So a guy used to fuck guys, he then fucks birds.
I think that's grim as fuck. Like,
You just sees the light, know what I mean?
it happened to a lassie who worked at a pub. It happened to a lassie who worked at a pub I worked at, right? And the lassie's dad started messaging the boy, kidding on to be his daughter, and came to meet him, and he was there with his brother, and they kicked the fuck out of him. I thought that was quite funny.
Paul met a nice guy at the Circa pool party one time in Vegas, didn't you?
Oh, the gay guy, aye.
Gay guys are cool, man.
Was he was black, wasn't he? Was he black? No?
Aye.
Mate,
He was.
we had a
He was.
we had a gay night
Sure he
on
was.
Saturday night. Everyone was cool. Great
No,
night.
that's the end of it. No, I mean,
Is that term allowed now, Ross?
What term?
Say it again, Bungie.
black guy.
You said half cast.
Well, everybody. I don't think he's meant it in a. It doesn't matter because he's not meant it in an insulting way.
What was that?
So obviously he meant mixed race, of
that-
course. But
I don't know what's on a ban list these days. Know what I
exactly,
mean?
he's not saying it. He's not calling. He's not using it to insult somebody, so it shouldn't be a problem.
I've got a wee list there here. I just
Aye.
looked in every time you say something.
Is that a one you can't say? Aye.
I don't think that's up for debate.
What do you think, Paul?
I try and say mixed race.
Half
Truth.
caste. Half
I would
caste.
say it's open game. I don't think you're insulting anybody by saying it.
Aye, I didn't
I've,
think it was.
I don't think you're using it.
But somebody will get fucking
Cairnmall.
annoyed.
I'm friends with a black guy, and he says his son's half caste.
I
He uses
guarantee
that
this
term.
podcast gets a lot of shit because we've went for nailing fatties, we've went for nailing trans, we've went for nailing
Rape.
race now. It doesn't matter. It's all fucking fair game.
And we're all going to go to the Tommy Robinson riot in Glasgow on Saturday and chuck bricks at the police.
Also, rape victims got laughed at as well.
Yep. We're nailing all of them.
And Benoit made an appearance.
I think we should just fucking shut up shop, man.
If you're a minority, you're getting nailed in this podcast.
If you want to sponsor us, by the way,
If you are a local, if you are like Taz's local shop and want to send us some fucking C4, we promise nobody will burn down your premises, bro.
I'm not into that. By
I
the
know.
C4's rocking.
Mate, oh, that's the best energy drink there's ever been.
that's C4. Rush hour. That's
Oh,
C4.
that'll change your life, Paul. Drink one of them, change your life.
What is it just pretty much
Fucking bogging. That's
Monster?
what
Aye, but it's sugar free and it's got a C and a 4 on it, and that's really it. I like it.
By the way, what's your thoughts on McGregor at this biker rally?
What's he
Need
done?
your thoughts on this?
What?
He's got the baldy and the black leather waistcoat.
And bevying in that.
Baby, if he wants, but he looks like fucking Son of the Sons of Anarchy, man.
Did they not like ignore some bird or something like that?
I know, last year was just dancing in front of him.
Was that the small person?
Aye.
Go, we've not offended him yet. Go.
She did look like a midget, to be fair.
A wee fella.
Ding, 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 ding. House.
A wee fairly.
That's my cared up.
Are we hitting home runs?
Aye, it's
Hitting
been
fucking
some
all
day. So what about big Tony
Okay.
Ferguson? We're gonna mention that Tony Ferguson should not be fighting cunts.
Aye, that's about.
He went, what is he, like 8-8 in his last 16?
Aye.
Lost his last 8, won 8 before that, well, one more than that, but last 16, 8-8. It's a rough gig, going 8 in a row in it.
Did you watch the actual submission?
I just got home. I just got in the door as soon as it finished.
He didn't defend it, eh? Like any normal person, if you just jumped on someone in the street and started trying to strangle them, they'd at least there'd be some kind of hand fight. There was just none, man. It was just like, well.
Jenky's just getting a paycheck and leaving. Jenky knows himself that it's game over, and he's just cashing in.
Maybe, man.
He's not want to take a hit. He's just waiting for them to say, right,
to get rid of him.
No,
we can't keep doing this.
Because if they get rid of him, he's got the option to go to another organisation.
He said it with me though.
If he chooses, if he retires and he's still got fights left in his contract, say, just using for example, if he retires and he's still got 2 fights in his contract, he's still contracted to the UFC if he comes out of retirement. Whereas if the UFC release him, he can then fight for another promotion. It can be fucking boxing, or bare knuckle, or going to somewhere like Karate Combat or some shit like that. That's why he's probably waiting for the end. So getting that money and getting the opportunity to fight in another organisation.
It doesn't even look like the same fighter, man. He's slow. He's getting caught in submissions he would never get caught in like years ago, and I don't even know if he's training right. He doesn't look athletic.
I don't know if he's trying. It sounds bad.
It's just I never tell a fighter to hang him up because it's always down to the fighter. But us as fighters, we don't want somebody else to tell us when we're done. Not I mean, we fucking say when we're done. I really don't want him to see him fighting again.
Nah, I would actually go out of my way.
Plus, I think he's mentally fucking fucked
mad.
in the head, man.
He's fucking mad. And then did you see? So like the end, obviously. He took the glove off. He took one glove off.
For Michael Jackson.
And then Chiesa's obviously done the fucking respectful thing and went, oh, fuck, this was going to be my... Chiesa's maybe going to call someone out, or he's got a good win there. Like, Tony's probably still a good win on your CV, really.
Nah.
And instead... Instead of Chiesa getting a call out or his chance to do to cut a promo, he respectfully passes the mic to Tony because it looks like Tony's retiring. Then he comes out the octagon, nah, I never retired. Like, you're just like, mate, that was a shitty thing to do. What did you do that for? Like, that was you know yourself. You only get a tiny wee fucking screen grab, a wee chance to get a wee soundbite, and he took it away from him. And you're like, that was wank, mate. What'd you do that for? So,
did you see your man, your wee UK guy? Is it Mokaev?
Aye. What do you think of this?
Did you speak about this last week, guy?
We have, but I want your take on it.
Well, he's claiming to fight
he deserves
for free.
to.
He's claiming what?
He deserves to.
He put out on Twitter that he would fight for free on the UFC just to get back in.
Aye, because he's
greeting about it. Basically.
Just put the fries in the bag.
What do you think, Paul?
I think the UFC have done the right thing.
Aye.
I genuinely believe they've done the right thing, and I can see why the UFC have done it. You can't go about doing that because if you allow it to happen once or twice, then it's going to keep happening. I get why guys like Diaz and McGregor and that get away with it. I do get it. They bring the big bucks, but a guy who is still trying to cut his teeth as a young athlete, he doesn't get to do that until he's at a position where he's the big draw, and he's not a big draw because, and people probably don't like this, but he's a boring fighter. He's getting it the big smoke in these, like, his weigh-ins is very explosive. He's wanting to get into their face, and it comes to the fight, and he's very standoffish. And I watched the fight, and I wasn't that impressed with it. I wasn't like I can say this as a fighter because I take this shit as well. People are going to nail how the way I fight, and I don't give a fuck. And he's probably going to say the same. Like, I don't give a fuck what Paul Craig says. But in my opinion, he's not an exciting fighter. He held the guy's shots.
Did you hear about the whole photograph thing?
He asked for a photograph and they nailed him.
Aye. That's a piece of shit, man.
That's shit, man. That's shit.
That's P45 for me right away. I mean, that's...
Yeah, I agree. And that's why he is. And that's why I respect the UFC for doing it and not allowing him to get away with it. And he'll be picked up by Karate Combat or PFL. They will pick him up in a heartbeat. But he's not an exciting fighter, and he might be the champion, and whatever organisation he goes to, he's going to be a superstar in it. But he's not going to be one in the UFC.
I don't think so. I know he's undefeated in that, and I know he's got the credentials of being a good wrestler and like young and undefeated as an amateur and pro, but he's no got star power for me. Like, he's no somebody that I'm going to willingly pay money to go and watch or pay money for a pay-per-view if you don't have a dodgy stick that is. But that's not my style. I don't like their style. I don't like his company. I don't like his all the guys that run about with him, and they're like rats, man. Like, see the way they fucking attack people and they scream and all that. It's not my bag, man.
Did you see the UFC releasing the audio of the Khabib Conor fight? I never realised that Khabib spat on him twice.
I didn't see that, man.
Fucking stands up at the end and full on like hawk tours on him, mate. It's bad. I was like, what the fuck? And then his corner shouting, kill him, just kill him. Like, that's your fucking corner. This is supposed to be like athletic fighting advice, not kill him. I don't know, they're just fucking...
Well, what do you expect? And look at their job, not me.
I know. Cunts are going out and fucking shooting at police in Dagestan.
What do you think Ngannou going to PFL?
Aye.
Get up, Paul.
Well, it was already at PFL, but he's got his fight.
Aye, sorry.
He's been there for a while, but he's just now coming back off of the boxing. Do I think he's a superstar in the sense of skill-wise? I don't. I think he's a very good athlete for a heavyweight, and I think he should smash MD in the PFL that comes up against him. But I think he'll be missed at the UFC. He will be missed because I'd love to see guys like Tom Aspinall up against him. I'd love to see
Phil De Vries.
I would love to see what he can. What's that?
Phil De Vries.
Aye.
Like that would be an amazing fight.
So the way I'm seeing it is that they're looking everywhere for this top heavyweight to maybe come and challenge Francis at PFL. Phil's on like a 10-fight win streak or some shit at KSW. He's on good money, but PFL would probably gladly match that to... Well, there's actually something in Francis' contract where his opponent will make 1 or 2 million or something in it. Is that right? No? Remember that?
That's brilliant. Imagine if Phil De Vries and you get offered that fight. That'd be fucking incredible.
That'd be excellent.
But I definitely think he has missed at the UFC. I definitely don't think there's anyone in the PFL who's going to lace his boots, and I don't think boxing's going to be his fucking forte when it comes to, like, I think.
No, after the Joshua
I'm
fight.
not saying he was lucky. I'm not saying he was lucky against Tyson Fury, like, because there's no such thing as luck in this sport. It comes down to how much you train, but he's got that power, and if he catches you, it's fucking good night Vienna. I want to see him fight MMA, and I want to see him fight in the UFC. I'd love to see him fight Big Phil. I think that's where the exciting fight is. But right now, there's nobody in PFL who I think is going to lace his boots.
Do you ever see him maybe going back to... I think Dana would maybe give that olive branch out down the line and maybe come on back. There's Tom here, blah, blah, blah. There's John here if he's still there at the time. Obviously, we would love to see him. Dana's obviously stuck in his own way sometimes. We don't need him.
I don't think Dana does need him. I think it'd be exciting as a fan for him to be in the UFC. But when you think about the heavyweight division in the UFC at the moment, he's not needed and he'll not be missed. As a fan, I want to see him there.
I want to see him and Tom.
When you think about,
I want to see him and Tom, man. That would be class. Him try to swing, take Tom's head off.
Tom just stepping back and then coming through a cross and dropping him. That's what would happen. I think he would. I don't think there's any doubt Tom would beat Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou isn't quick enough to keep up with Tom Aspinall. And I know we're obviously very biased, right? We're mega Tom Aspinall fans, but I think Francis is far too slow to deal with somebody like Tom Aspinall. It's not.
Yep.
I don't know. Like you say, there's so much going on at heavyweight now. It is all jammed up. There's still so many things, contractual obligations to get done. Stipe and Jones and fucking everybody else. So we don't know what's going to happen at the minute. But it would be nice to see. Like, I think a lot of people are worried about when are they going to get to see Tom Aspinall again? Because who's he going to fight? So I don't know.
He's cleared the top 10, hasn't he? He's cleared it. There's nobody in there who poses a threat for him.
I know, and Cyril Gane, the whole, like, you can't refuse to fight somebody and then all of a sudden go, no, I'll fight him now. I didn't like that, Like, you had your chance to fight. Remember when we went and spoke to Tom and he was talking about Sergey Pavlovich? Because I had said at that time, I think Sergey Pavlovich was on like a 5-fight win streak, 5 first-round KOs, and I was like, what about Sergey Pavlovich? What do you think about him? And he was like, I've signed to fight Sergey twice. He's like, once when I first got to the UFC, but then there was COVID, and then there was a visa issue, something like that.
Yes.
That's how you know somebody, like, he's going to fight any cunt. He's no bothered.
Is Ngannou just accepted
Aye.
the fight with Tabura?
Has he?
And it's the second one, so it's like Ngannou
Aye.
versus Tabura
Yeah.
2. You're just like, look at
I've done this.
Like Tabura.
He's fighting this weekend.
Is it this weekend?
Sure, it's
That
this
fight?
weekend.
But it's like there's so many different fights, but you want to fight a guy you've already beat. You know what I mean? Like who isn't the cream of the crop, really. So you can't moan about want to be the champion, want to fight this guy, and knocking back all these fights. Remember, he knocked back Tom a few times for like filming a movie or whatever, all that shit.
Oh, well, then he was saying he wouldn't go down the way because Tom was ranked below him. He's like, nope, it's just
But now
John Jones.
he's picked
Of
Tabura
course.
for a second time. You're just like, we get you. We know what
So
type of guy you are.
Here's the question. See if Cyril comes out and says, listen, I don't want to be champ. I want to fight and have exciting fights. Do you allow him not to fight Tom? Do you be like, right, I get it, he doesn't want to be the champ, he knows Tom fucks him up. Do you give him a pass if he says it and comes out and says, I don't want to fight Tom, I just want to fight and make money. I don't want to be the champ.
I'd have more respect for him.
You'd respect him, but as a company and as the UFC, no. Like you can't, that's not how this
No.
works.
Aye, but I would respect him being honest and just going, look, Tom Aspinall's just too big a jump for me, but I'll fight anyone else you've got.
You can't do that. He just fought Jones.
I know, mate,
And
but
you can't,
but
if you want to be the
what
champ.
But he locked up against Jones. Like, that wasn't Steel Gannon there with Jones. He was beat before he walked in the cage. He's far better than he showed there. He just went, fucking hell, there, John Jones is actually across to me. Ah, fuck, I'm have to fight this
I think
guy.
the styles would just be a great fight with Tom. And they move very similar on the feet.
I'm up for the fight, but I just didn't think...
No, definitely.
We're finally getting to see Hamza against Bobby Knuckles as well. That's
When's that happen?
October in Abu Dhabi again, but it's like
Is that the Abu Dhabi card?
Holloway versus Taporia for the title. That's on the same card. There was 4 biggies. Ankalaev against Rakic, I think.
Aye, I saw...
Aye, I seen that.
So these are on the same card. So I like Bobby Knuckles.
So who's Pereira fighting? Because he's no fighting Ankalaev.
Fighting this court case, man, for this butt accusation. Was it 4 fingers?
He's fighting-
Alex, was it 4 fingers? And a thumb?
He's fighting off jail time.
Aye.
I don't know. I'm sure it was Jamal Hill who had said, he was like, Ankalaev's not gonna come to the States, he can't get a visa, and he's not gonna fight Pereira either. And I thought that was strange that Jamal already knew that. So
Why are all the Muslim guys struggling to get visas?
anybody for Russia. So
Terrorists.
it's Russian nationality because of the war in Ukraine.
Is that all that is? Right.
Well, that's what they're saying.
kinda fucked up.
That's what they're saying it is. But a lot of the gyms in Dagestan got shut down. So Khabib's gym has been investigated by Russian, their equivalent of like CID, over some guys they had there who went out and done some really fucking bad stuff. So there's no visas getting granted for the US. So all the guys are going to be fighting in Abu Dhabi. So
Interesting.
aye, it rules them out to big fights.
I think we're moving over to the Patreon.
Oh, are we? Patreon time already?
Yeah.
Wow, it's flown in.
It's that time already. Guys, if you have enjoyed what we've just produced within the last hour, then why not come over and have a little bit extra with the Leather Boys? If that's what we put out to the public, what do we keep in the Patreon? It has to be nothing but gold.
I'm going to have to
So I
wrap
removed
this
it.
up.
I think we emptied the clip there, to be honest, man.
Don't know, I've got a backup, I think. All right, see you on the Patreon.